So we left Luke reeling from, well, that bombshell of a family reunion, hanging onto an antenna for dear life. Empire really doesn't hold back when it comes to showing our heroes at their lowest point.
It's like the movie is saying, hey, even Jedi have bad days. And sometimes those bad days involve losing a hand and falling into, a bottomless pit. But even in this really dark moment, there's a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. And it's Leia who ends up saving Luke, right?
Right.
Our source points out that this scene kind of flips that damsel in distress trope on its head.
Oh, yeah.
Leia isn't waiting around to be rescued. She's the one taking charge. Piloting the Falcon, leading the escape.
It's such a great example of her strength and, just how resourceful she is. But the movie ends on this kind of bittersweet note, right? The rebels have suffered a major loss. Han Solo is frozen in carbonite. And Luke is, well, let's just say he's not exactly feeling the force flowing through him at that moment.
No, not really. But that's what makes Empire so powerful, I think. It doesn't offer these easy victories or simple solutions. It just shows us that even when you're fighting for what's right, you're going to face setbacks. You're going to experience loss. You're going to have those moments where you just feel completely defeated.
And yet, the movie never loses sight of hope.
Exactly. Our source makes this really interesting point. They say that The Empire Strikes Back is about finding hope in the most unexpected places. It's not about blind optimism. It's about choosing to believe in something better, even when it seems like the darkness is winning.
So how do we connect this epic space saga to our own, decidedly less intergalactic lives?
Yeah.
I'm not exactly facing down a Sith Lord on my way to the grocery store.
Well, think about Luke's training with Yoda.
Okay.
It's not just about learning how to use a lightsaber. It's about mastering your inner world. Remember what Yoda says. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate.
It's like a Jedi self-help mantra.
It is, right?
But it's so relevant, though, right?
Yeah.
We all struggle with fear and doubt and anger. Yoda's teachings almost offer a way to manage those emotions, to find some balance and peace within ourselves, even when the world around us feels chaotic.
Yeah, it's about finding that inner strength, that resilience to face challenges head on. Think about how many times in the film the characters are told, there is no try, only do. It's about taking action even when you're afraid, even when you don't feel ready.
Yeah, it's like that saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. It's not about being fearless. It's about having the courage to act in spite of your fear. And that's something we can all learn from, whether we're facing a job interview or trying to master a new skill or whatever.
Absolutely. And this ties into another key theme that our source highlights, I think. The importance of community. The rebels, they're constantly working together, right? Even when they disagree, even when they're frustrated with each other.
Yeah, they're like a dysfunctional space family, but they always have each other's backs.
Exactly. And that's such a powerful message for us too, right? We don't have to face our challenges alone. Whether it's our family, our friends, a community of like-minded individuals, having those people who support us, believe in us, challenge us, can make all the difference.
Think about Leia and Han. They bicker constantly, their personalities clash, but ultimately they complement each other, right?
They do.
Han's impulsiveness is balanced by Leia's strategic thinking, and her leadership is grounded by Han's willingness to, take risks.
It's a great example of how different strengths can work together to overcome obstacles, I think. And it's a reminder that we don't have to be perfect to be effective.
Right.
We just need to find people who can help us fill in the gaps, who can see our blind spots and encourage us to keep moving forward.
But sometimes you just need a little bit of luck and a whole lot of duct tape to get things done. I mean, the Millennium Falcon is basically held together by hope and a prayer.
Right.
Right.
It's the perfect symbol of the rebels' resourcefulness, I think. They don't have the resources of the Empire, so they have to improvise. They have to make do with what they have. And there's something inspiring about that, don't you think? It's that make-it-work mentality that we can all apply to our own lives.
It's like instead of getting bogged down by the limitations, you find creative solutions, you adapt, and you push forward. And that leads us to another key theme that we haven't really fully explored yet. The power of facing your fears.
Yeah, that's right. Luke's journey in The Empire Strikes Back is a masterclass in confronting what scares us most.
From facing that Wampa in the Hoth blizzard to squaring off against Darth Vader himself, Luke doesn't exactly shy away from danger.
And it's in those moments of confrontation, that he really grows, both as a Jedi and as a person. Remember his encounter with Yoda in that cave on Dagobah?
Oh yeah, the creepy cave where Luke faces his own dark side. It's basically a Jedi version of a haunted house, but with more existential dread and fewer jump scares.
It's such a brilliant metaphor, I think, for facing our own inner demons, right? The
Yeah.
fears and doubts that kind of lurk within us all. Luke literally confronts a vision of Darth Vader in that cave, right? A premonition of his own potential for darkness.
And it's terrifying, but also incredibly powerful.
Mm.
It forces him to acknowledge that part of himself, to understand that the line between good and evil isn't always so clear.
Exactly. And that's a lesson that's relevant for all of us, I think. We all have our own dark caves to explore, those areas of our lives where we're afraid to go, the challenges that we avoid because they just scare us.
But it's in those dark places that we often find our greatest strength. Because by facing our fears, we learn what we're truly capable of overcoming. And sometimes facing our fears means asking for help, seeking guidance from those who have maybe walked a similar path.
That's such a crucial point. We don't have to face our fears alone. There's strength and vulnerability in admitting that we need help, that we can't do it all on our own.
Like Luke had Yoda, right? We might need a mentor, a therapist, even just a trusted friend to help us navigate those tricky emotional landscapes.
Exactly. And that brings us to another really important aspect of this film, I think. Its lasting impact on pop culture and storytelling.
The Empire Strikes Back isn't just a movie, it's a cultural phenomenon,
Right.
right? It spawned countless memes and parodies and even academic essays.
It really has, and its influence extends far beyond just science fiction, I think.
Yeah.
Its characters, quotes, imagery, they've become part of our collective consciousness.
I mean, who hasn't used the phrase, I have a bad feeling about this at some point in their lives?
Right. It's a testament to the film's enduring power, I think. Those lines, they become part of our everyday language, a way to connect with each other through these shared cultural references.
And let's not forget those iconic characters. Darth Vader, Yoda, Han Solo, Princess Leia. They're not just movie characters, they're archetypes that have influenced countless other stories.
Oh, absolutely. The film's impact on storytelling is just immense, I think. It helped popularize the idea of the flawed hero, the complex villain, and the idea that good doesn't always triumph easily.
The Empire Strikes Back didn't shy away from darkness and ambiguity. It showed us that even the good guys make mistakes, and that sometimes the bad guys win, at least for a while.
Right, and that's such a powerful lesson for storytellers, I think. It's a reminder that conflict and complexity are what make stories truly engaging. It's about embracing the gray areas, the moral dilemmas, the unexpected twists that just keep us on the edge of our seats.
Exactly. The Empire Strikes Back showed us that it's okay for stories to be messy, to challenge our expectations, and to leave us with questions instead of easy answers.
And that's a legacy that continues to inspire, I think, writers, filmmakers, and artists across all mediums. But beyond its influence on storytelling, The Empire Strikes Back also sparked this cultural obsession with all things Star Wars.
Oh yeah, from toys and video games to theme parks and fan conventions, Star Wars has become this global phenomenon.
And it all started with The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, this film, it took the world by storm, and its impact on pop culture is just undeniable.
It's like Star Wars went from being this fun space adventure to a full-blown cultural force, right?
Yeah.
Shaping how we consume entertainment, how we connect with each other, and even how we see the world.
Yeah, it's created a community of fans who share a passion for these stories, these characters, this universe. And that sense of community is something truly special. It brings people together from all walks of life, united by their love for a galaxy far, far away.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into The Empire Strikes Back,
Huh.
it's clear that this film is more than just, entertainment. It's a cultural touchstone, a storytelling masterpiece, and a timeless reminder of the enduring power of hope, resilience, and the human spirit.
It's a story that continues to resonate with audiences of all ages, I think, inspiring us to face our fears, to fight for what we believe in, and to never give up on the possibility of a brighter future.
And even though this deep dive is over, the conversation doesn't have to be right.
No, not at all.
We encourage you to revisit the film, explore its themes, and consider how its lessons might apply to your own life.
Because in a galaxy that's filled with challenges and uncertainties, The Empire Strikes Back offers this timeless message of hope and possibility, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the Force will be with you, always.